Hey, lovelies. So I had a lot of really good questions on that video I just did about questions that I can't answer. I had a lot of good actual questions that I can't answer. So let's make this YQA episode number 26. Okay, so the first one is Hot Masked One says, Justin, you are correct, but one question I have is how often do you have sex in the van? About 3 days a week. That's about enough for me. And as long as she has her own house, apartment, or van to go home to after, I'm perfectly fine with that. I have a one night only rule, basically. They can stay over for a night, but if it's more than one night, or if I find any tampons under the bathroom sink, I know it's time to go. John French says, hi Justin, I'm making an electric motorhome with the Winnebago Lachero by replacing the diesel engine with a 3-phase electric motor. Go further for less. 13 episodes so far. Have just painted it a 1940s color scheme. And yes, John, I did check out your channel and some of your videos, and very, very cool. I love it. It's not for me. As everyone knows, I'm a bit of a gearhead. I like horsepower, V8s. I don't mind gas and oil. I love that stuff. But I still love innovation and love what other people do, and for their different lifestyles and their different outlooks. So I definitely love your channel. So hopefully everyone out there checks it out. It's John French, and I'm assuming that's your channel as well. But look for the electric motorhome. It's built on a Winnebago Lachero, which is the small compact Class B+, which is just before the Rialtas came out. Check it out. Pretty good channel, guys. Eric T says, hey Justin, should I get a Pleasureway or a Dodge Explorer? Which one do you think is better? Are you doing this just to annoy me? Also, should I move out of the USA since there's a lot of regulation being implemented, or to Canada where there is more freedom? Thanks. Again, depends on where you are, right? A lot of aspects of Canada are definitely freer than the USA, and vice versa. I mean, it depends on where you are, right? Like, and I think a lot of freedom has to do with your behavior, your personality, and how you put yourself out there in the world. Because if I'm driving a rust bucket, duct tape, body panel, piece of crap camper van, and dumping crap on the street, and I insist on parking in one place for a week at a time without moving, well, guess what? You're going to get hassled no matter where the hell you are. I don't care what city or what country, in USA or Canada, it's going to be the same bullshit. Don't act like that and you'll be just fine. Now, there's a lot of Americans that have messaged me saying they wish it was as easy as it was up here in Canada, but I also hear from a lot of Americans that live exactly the same way I do down in the States. So I really think it has to do with A, what your vehicle looks like, B, and how you present yourself, and C, whether you're respectful or not. Move around. Don't stay in one place for a couple of days at a time. Always move. Every single day, every 24 hours, move, 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 move. And you're going to be a lot better off. And obey parking restrictions that apply to all vehicles. Whether you're an RV or an SUV, shouldn't make any difference. If you obey the parking rules and stay within time limits, that'll help for sure. As far as feeling more free, I guess I kind of agree with you. A lot of people think it's definitely a little freer up here in Canada. We actually have one. I forget who it was that did those studies on the freeness factor of countries all around the world. Canada always comes in above the USA when it comes to personal freedoms. So it's just something to keep in mind. We actually came above the USA as far as property rights go as well. So I mean, again, it's all perspective, right? And I think it depends on where you are as well. So different locations can be a big difference as well. Next, as far as the Pleasureway versus Explorer, they're both hot. They're both top notch. I'm not going to tell you which is better. Go find the one that's right for you. I almost bought a Pleasureway. I was a day away from picking it up before I got this Xplorer, And the Explorer was just, I knew about them over 10 years ago, and I found one, and I thought, geez, one day when I have the money, I'm going to buy the Explorer. So I ended up getting this Explorer when I found it at the last minute. But I was that close away to not getting this, and it was just luck of the draw. It was just good timing, and the listing came up. The Pleasureway was local, right here in Vancouver. The Explorer was on the other side of the continent in St. Louis, Missouri. And I had it shipped over here. And I love it. But that's not to say that I wouldn't be just as happy if I was in my Pleasureway as well. So, again, I can't make that decision for you, man. That's up to you. Go look at it. If you like it, you buy it. GL Peter 51 says, okay, my turn, haha. Did you frame in your air conditioner yet? You posted the video of the new one. It was smaller. Happy trails. Yeah, actually, here, take a look. It is all framed in, all nice and professional looking, and I think it looks a hell of a lot better than it did from the factory. I love it. So, yes, that's all done. There you go. Jay Vital says, does Jody have an album out? If so, where can I buy it? Yes, of course, and she's on iTunes as well, and her website is linked in the description of every single one of my videos, so check it out. Rec Art says, how do you deal with a worry of theft in terms of leaving the van parked and going out to a bar across town? Since at the end of the day, it's not just a car, it's a home. Again, this is paranoia. I mean, I ask you, if you live in a house or an apartment, and then you take a taxi or drive or whatever it is to go downtown to go to a bar and go out for a night, don't you worry about your apartment or your house? You're miles away from your house. That's prime time for someone to break into your apartment, and you're off downtown at the bar or wherever it is. It's like you're farther away from your home than I am when I'm out at the bar. In fact, usually my house is parked in front of the bar. So it's less of a worry now than it was before when I lived in an apartment. All right? Eric Garner says, hi, Justin. Do you think you could live in a van like Bayward Boondocker or Dan Travels have? Yes, absolutely. In fact, if I ever sell this, God, I've had a lot of good offers for this lately. In the last week and a half, I've had 4 people ask me if this is for sale. One of them was a couple, too, who had quite a bit of money, I could tell. And I had to turn them all down and tell them it's not for sale. But you can tell it's RV season now. I could probably sell this for $35,000, $40,000, just like that. And if I were to do that, I would probably get something just a tad smaller, to be honest. Just a little bit smaller, maybe a foot smaller. It'd still be a Class B or maybe B+, depending on what I find when I'm looking. I'm not going to go too long without buying a new house. Obviously, I'm going to be staying in a hotel or motel or a friend's house until I find my new rig. But it's definitely not going to be a big Class A or C or something like that. But could I live in something smaller? Absolutely. Would I go for a travel/conversion van, which is what I had before, the purple Wham Bam van? Probably not, because I do want to have a kitchen and a bathroom. I'm not so worried about the size. I've even seen Pleasureway Class B conversion vans with no high top, and they still have showers in the back of them. Yes, you have to sit down to have a shower, but I think that's awesome. You got a whole house in a smaller space, and you can go anywhere and park anywhere. I think that's beautiful. So, yes, I could do it. No problem at all, man. All right, so there were some good questions there. I was pretty happy answering those, guys. There were no stupid questions like how do you cook or how do you do laundry. And so if you have any more questions, drop them below in the comments. I will get back to you as soon as I can in the next video. All right, keep on rocking the free world, everyone. I love you all.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
Freedom is sexy. JustIncredible.tv.
Stick up for freedom. Get your Keep on Rockin' in the Free World sticker now at JustIncredible.net.